In the next 3 minutes and 25 seconds, we're going to show you what a cream can supper is all about. First of all, we cut up the vegetables, of course, and that's just one of the many great things that will go into this delicious, nutritious cream can supper. We usually cut them in bigger chunks than this, but this was for a demo at a farm store, and we're giving away samples, so we wanted to make it kind of small. Corn was not in season, so we used a cabbage in the bottom of the cream can. Of course, the very bottom it has rocks, or in this case we had stainless steel rings. Don't be freaked out about the rocks. They're cleaned and sterilized and everything. Now here's our meat selection. We used a variety of different sausages, brats, smoked sausage, Johnsonville sweet basil Italian are my favorite actually. And we cut these again in kind of small pieces. We'd usually do it a little bigger. We might add that we prefer using fully cooked sausage, but you don't have to. However, when we don't use fully cooked sausage, we prefer to actually grill it first. Gives it a little better flavor. You don't really have to do that, though. Here's our veggie tray, all cut up and ready to go in the can. And here we're putting in the cabbage into the bottom of the can. Again, we have some stainless steel rings in the bottom to keep the food up out of the liquid because we're steaming, we're not boiling. Now in this case we're using water for the liquid. We prefer to use beer because frankly it gives it a little better flavor and doesn't hurt to sip a couple while you're doing this. Here's our cabbage in the bottom of the can, and now we're going to add some corn on the cob. Again, this was not fresh corn, or we would have used corn husks in the bottom of the can instead of the cabbage. Here's our corn. Now we're going to add some veggies of all sorts. We have broccoli, cauliflower, potatoes, sweet potatoes, onions, carrots, celery, just a variety of things. Whatever you like, throw it in there. And here's our can filled with veggies. Now we're going to add our variety of sausages. We have brats, smoked sausage, German sausage. Here it is, all filled to the brim with sausage. Again, this is going to feed normally about 30 people. In this case, we fed about 50 people this particular day. Here we have the can on our propane burner, and you see this tuft of steam coming out of the top. Well, when you have a good little bit of steam, 30 minutes later, it's time to eat. It doesn't take long to feed a whole bunch of people in nothing flat. Here we are going to pick up the cream can. We're going to dump it into a shallow tote, which makes a nice serving dish. You'll see some of these stainless steel rings here. And if we had used rocks, you'd see some rocks in here. But in this case, you'll see the rings, and look at all that delicious food. All there is to do now is to grab a plate and dig in. It's really easy to do. It's a lot of fun, great conversation piece, and we think you're going to love it. The Ogallala Cream Can Supper Company invites you to give it a try.